that Order of Garter, that Order of the Golden Fleece, and many others. And he's also controlled, including King Joanne, by Jesuit regional assistants Joaquin Barrero, Joaquin Barrero. We also see Roman Catholic Andrew Knight on the same board. What about Roman Catholic trained Andrew Knight? The same Knight who's a director of Rothschild Investment Trust Capital Partners plc, the same Knight tied to the Royal Institute of International Affairs, Bilderberg and the Ditchley Foundation run by Maltese Knight John Major, who's also Order of the Garter, which is an inner core of the Maltese Knights. What you should also find is that he most likely is a member of the group. The group, in other words, a Russell Trust Association member, or more commonly known as the Skull and Bones, down at Oxford University in England. I think the main part is Balliol or something, Balliol, if I remember correctly. Study into that. Not many people talk about the Skull and Bones, the group down in Oxford. They only talk about Yale. You speak of this a lot, don't you, Alex? This Skull and Bones, right? The Brotherhood of Death. The same Brotherhood of Death that nicknamed the Nazi SS. The same Brotherhood of Death known as the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, in which the SS was actually modelled off by Himmler, admitted by Himmler, loaded with actual Jesuits at core positions, all using the Skull and Bones of Jupiter, the symbolism of Jupiter. Why does Knight, right, remind me of John Kerry all of a sudden? Getting the connections now, folks, right? Why is it, Alex, that you won't speak of how the official religion of the European Union is Roman Catholicism? That's why as well you see everybody sign the EU Constitution under the Pope, the big statue of the Pope in Rome. What a shock. Same as where the common market first started. Everything goes back to Rome, as it says in the Bible and all the prophecies which they're trying for you not to understand and look at anymore. It seems maybe Maltese Knight Tony Blair knows this well and converted quickly to this so he could be the EU president soon. What about Jan Stankmuller? Isn't he a Roman Catholic? Can you explain further on this, in case I'm wrong? Is it any wonder he detests the Jews, if that's the case, which is Catholic doctrine? Can you also explain why you help the Church of Rome by claiming it's losing power? The unholy Roman Empire is now controlling the world, something it never did in the past. The wound has healed and the little horn is set now, as in Revelations. Why did you dump on Ed Brown when he started to tell the truth on who's really controlling the United States, Alex? You belittled the poor man. Oh, he's stupid now. He's following all these stupid people. You're the stupid one, not we. Why did you threaten to sue us all, Alex? Why would you want to utilise a maritime court in order to sue us? If you hate the sewer system installed, then why would you want to utilise it exactly? You're a hypocrite again. The same court system which has done away with the Constitution, more in favour of a Napoleonic type system of where you're guilty till proven innocent as such. There's a lot of that Napoleonic control down in New Orleans, the Confederate Jesuits place. And that's what's going to be put on us, this Napoleonic system with the New World Order, the temporal power, the global governance. So here's a quote regarding this. Quote, I am not going to have people on who are liars. I mean, I can sue them into oblivion, but I don't have the time. End quote. Why do you accept money for advertising, Alex, from the likes of corporate giant Walmart, as I call them, or Walmart? The same Maltese controlled red Chinese job, killing all local businesses and reducing choice? You're such a nice patriot, aren't you? You had adverts for the UK's ASDA, which is controlled by Walmart. It's bought out by Walmart. The same one using Chinese to slave labour, creating cheap products for consumerism. And these poor slaves, the majority of them, are guarded by the Chinese secret police, tortured by them. And you've got to do this, you've got to do that, or you're killed. The products, the crap products, just for some consumers, and so you keep buying because they keep breaking down all the time. That's if they work at all. So we're on the Maltese side. He's a direct controller of Walmart. It's none other than Cardinal Egan's stooge, David Rockefeller. Tell the world, Alex, that one. Tell them. Why are you helping out a local small business destroying corporation which deals drugs, firearms? for killing and war and poverty and all the rest of it. Reminds me of this Saudi dope and arms dealer Adnan Khadashov. It's Khashoggi, Adan Adnan. The same Adan who's tied to Maltese Knight Rockefellers. Any connection to you, Mr. Alex Jones, by any chance? Why don't you talk about the Arkansas connection with Warwart? Tell people, Alex, how Bill Clinton is riddled with Red Chinese. What about how Deep Hillary goes with the Red Chinese? Haven't we got pictures somewhere of her with some Red Chinese members? What about the leader to the Red Chinese being Francis K. Fong, F-O-N-G? And what about Min Ching Shu? Then we have Red Chinese Wang Jun, which is M-A-N-G-J-U-N. And he was a funder of Clinton. Folks, study Bentonville and note the Chinese airport nearby. What about the Chicago stock market, Alex, funneling all the dirty money, all that laundering? Right. Once again, we see more Maltese Knights in the form of George Herbert Walker Bush, along with his brother Prescott Bush Jr., behind much of this. But you just keep helping them, Alex. Just don't say anything. And then we got these Asda adverts, which were on your site in 2007. Tell the people, Alex Jones, how the Knights of Malta used the Sendero Luminaro guerrillas down in Peru for the Black Postal Trade Protection. Who am you going to advertise next? Will it be Japanese Sony? That's Standard Oil of New York, S-O-N-Y, Rockefeller Maltese outfit. Is it going to be them? So Alex likes to call Vatican exposers mental and nutcases. Isn't this an old pathetic trick of the establishment, and also by him and profane idiots? How does he think this will work for him? I'm not the one screaming and acting like a complete buffoon, which itself puts many off conspiracy knowledge. The problem being that the CIA using Jones gets to most newbies very quickly. Here's a quote from Alex Jones. Quote, I found no one as bad as the mental cases. Catholics run it all crew. End quote. So Alex Jones, you mean you've not found anyone more powerful in intelligence as us, who can run rings round your Mockingbird, COINTELPRO, CIA, Patriot, not movement? Are you worried, Alex? Are your ratings falling that dramatically? Alex Jones also associates, right, with this Benjamin Fulford fraud, a Maltese Rockefeller-controlled asset regardless of any false stories you hear. The same Fulford trained by Jesuits linked to the Yusha Tokyo fortress known as Sophia University, Jesuit military fortress. The same military fortress which is linked to Jesuit soldier Francis Xavier, the main cretin behind vaccinations, which were to poison and to kill all Protestant heretics and liberal thinking enemies of the Church of Rome, or should I say Babylon to be precise. I mean, come to think of it, Alex, you've never spoken of this ever. Vaccines and Francis. The same Fulford who pushes HIV as the cause of AIDS, this virus created to kill off the populations. Yet again we can prove the HIV virus as a complete fraud very quickly. I never knew that malnutrition, for starters, is a bioweapon. Anyone with a brain cell who attempts to study this HIV and AIDS can see quickly what's going on with this scam. A scam killing thousands daily with fatally poisonous drugs like AZT, the same HIV test which shouldn't even be used to flag HIV. The same HIV fraud test which flags up over 70 false positives, including pregnancy, for God's sake. The same HIV virus that has never been isolated and never will, but the profane fall for the fancy rendered 3D graphical drawings like of this mysterious non-existent virus. All these idiot scientists and their loony mathematics based on nothing at the core. Why doesn't Benjamin Fulford mention his Jesuit friends and their Francis Xavier? So this Benjamin Ninja Rockefeller stooge Fulford, another Maltese corporate cretin and false pipe piper, is someone who lives in a comic book fantasy from the Beanos. Now people must realise that the Maltese Knights control both Japan and China. Japan has been well in the hands of the United States since World War II. Where do you think Sony comes from? Standard Oil of New York. This is where the Nikkei 225 stock market and Japanese economy are so important to keep an eye on. The Maltese utilised the Institute of Pacific Relations to control these countries. In fact, the head of controlling Japan is Jesuit Provincial Shogo Sumita, which is Shogo Sumita.